Hi guys, so today is my first video in my Trello for productivity and time management, that's a lot of T's, series. And today I'm going to be teaching you the basis of a to-do list. Now, as you can see, I absolutely bloody love Trello. It's like my number one tool, my number one. I've even got Christmas 2021 and we're in April, so I've got Christmas 2021 all planned out on here. I use it for absolutely everything. As you can see down here, I use it for cleaning, just absolutely everything. So today I'm going to be teaching you how I use my to-do list. Now obviously I'm not going to go into my to-do list here because it's got things on there that just aren't worth sharing. So I'm going to take you through the actual steps you need to take. So when you log into Trello, yours is going to look a bit different. What you're seeing in front of you, all these little rectangles, they are all boards. So they're all boards that I've made, they're all boards that I use, and etc. Up in the top right hand corner here, you see a plus. Now that plus is how we create everything. So we're going to go ahead and click on the plus, and you've got a few options here. When you've got a bit of time to actually sit and play around, these templates, there are some really good templates in there. So it is worth going and having a look once you've kind of got the basics of Trello and what you want to use it for and what the functions can do. We're going to go ahead and just ignore the workspaces down here, but we're going to go and click Create Board. And you'll see that this little box has come up. So I'm going to call this Test to Do. And so once you've named your board, you can then go ahead and choose your background. So these are what the backgrounds are going to be. I think I've got more because I'm on a paid version, but you'll still be able to choose some colors and some backgrounds. I'm going to go ahead and click Create Board. So this is a Trello board. I'm assuming that anyone listening is a complete beginner. So if you're not and you know all this, just fast forward a little bit until we get to the actual productivity part of it. But this is an actual Trello board. So the way I like to describe it is think of your Trello boards as a big whiteboard. Think of your Trello lists, which are all of these. So we can have lots of different lists. So the board is your whiteboard. The lists are columns on that board. And then cards, which I'll show you in a little while, are your post-it notes. The power up I probably use the most is the calendar, because once you've added this power up to this board, any card that you put a due date on will actually go into your calendar. The one thing that I think has helped me the most when it comes to being productive and managing my time is by really choosing what I need to focus on and when I need to focus on it. So I'm going to go into this first list and I'm going to call this one Master Lists. So this now is a list, and I'm going to go in and call this card Home List, and I'm going to make another one called Work List. And then, so that these stand out as a bit more of a header, what I'm going to do is click on the card and I'm going to click on Cover. And then I'm just going to give that, what colour should we choose? I always go with blue. Let's go with purple for this one. Okay, so the home list is going to be purple, and I'm going to give the same colour to that. And then you'll see that in a minute when I start adding my actual tasks down here, that's how I kind of divide the lists. So I'm going to actually pop the work list on top just because that's how I work. Then what we're going to do is we're going to start a new list, and we're going to call this one Monday. And then on these cards, what I'm going to do is AM, and I'm a bit funny when it comes to how I header things. It's just, but obviously you don't have to be as finicky as me. I'm going to give that a colour. I'm going to call this one PM, and then I'm going to call this one Eve. No, I'm not going to call it evening. I told you I'm a bit funny. And again, I'm going to give these all the colours. You can go ham with these. You can create things in Canva and bring them in so that you don't have to write all of this. There is so much that you can do, but this is just the basics to get you started with a basic to-do list. So this is my work time. So I know that whenever I'm putting anything in here, that these are the times that I'm going to do it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to go through and we are just going to create our lists. So when you're doing this, make sure it's somewhere that you have peace, you have quiet, you have no kind of distractions. You can just give yourself half an hour or so to really get this list up and going. So I'm going to sit and I'm going to think of anything that I know I need to do. So what we're going to do is we're going to separate it by work and home. So car insurance, all client. That's about a client, my emails, contact my web developer, follow up client C, client workflows. There we go. So we've separated them from home and work. We're going to copy this board over for the rest of the week. So we're just going to click these three dots. We are going to copy list and we're going to call it Tuesday, and that's going to copy everything over for us. So what you're going to do is you're going to come in on a Sunday or whatever day you plan. So for instance, I plan my week ahead on a Sunday, and I will sit down and I will go through everything that I need to do that week. So I will add extra cards in there, things like create weekly content I do on a Sunday, so that would go there. Just anything else, if you've got appointments coming up, you would that you needed to prepare for. So say on Wednesday I have I don't know, what could I have? A client meeting. What I could do here is prep for client D. So if I've got that client in for a meeting on Wednesday, I know that I need to do this on Tuesday, and I'm going to just pop it up the top there for the minute. So it's Sunday. We've added everything to our to-do list. What you need to do is you need to sit there and you need to really think about what it is that is your highest priority. So we need to go through this list, and if it helps, what you can do is move that down and look at all of these and think, if I can only get one thing done tomorrow, because you're planning for your day ahead, if I can only get one thing done tomorrow, what is that going to be? So I'm going to go, right, well, actually, I need to phone client A first. That's really, really important. Okay, so we've taken that out. What is the out of this that's left now, this here, what is the most important thing to get done on that list? Well, it's got to be emailing client B. Okay, so now, do you see where I'm going with this? What is the next important thing? Okay, so this now is listed in priority order. And what we're going to do is, if it's during the week and a task comes in, so I need to take payment from client E. That's going to go on my list. Now, although it's the newest thing on the list, that's pretty important. We're going to bring this up and we're going to really think about where this needs to go in the list. Yes, I may need to phone client A about whatever it is, but is phoning client A more important to my business than taking that payment from client E? No, because we need to be constantly moving our business forward. So what we don't want to do is leave someone hanging that we need to take a payment for. So we're going to put that to the top of the list because that is going to impact our business the most. Then we're going to phone client A. So anything that's coming into your to-do list, you need to prioritize like that. You need to prioritize it. One, what is it that is the most important thing to do today? What do I have to do? And then what is going to move my business forward? Because we get into this habit of, oh, well, I really need to contact the web developer and I need to create my content for the website and I need to take some pretty pictures and I need to make sure that I've got this, and then I need to make sure that my Instagram's updated, and then I need to make sure that I'm posting to my stories, when actually none of that is moving your business forward. What's moving your business forward is taking the payments for your clients, contacting new clients, phoning client A, emailing client B. And we get so caught up in all of this other stuff, we don't make the clients a priority. So that's what we need to be doing. So we've got all of this. So this is our current view. So I am going to come in on a Monday night and I've done all my tasks for today. So I've deleted all those cards. So, right, okay, I need to plan out tomorrow. What's important from this list for me to do tomorrow? Well, I really do need to prep for client D. Okay, that's fine. What else do I need to do? Right, I really need to get this payment from client E. What else has to be done tomorrow? I really do need to phone client A. So we've moved 3 things. These 3 things are our must do. So we have to do all of those things today. There is no moving them to Wednesday. Okay. That's how we prioritize things. Anything over here at the minute is still there. It's not going to get forgotten about, but we're not going to focus our time or attention on this. We are going to focus on tomorrow. So what else I would do is I would reflect on today. So I would be reflecting back on Monday. Did I manage to get everything done that I wanted to get done there? Or is there anything that I need to make time to finish off here, or maybe put back into our list here? So perhaps I could have had the create content plan here. I could have had that in to do for this day, and I only got half of it done. So what I would do then, the end of the Monday, I would go, right, okay, then on this card I know exactly where I'm up to. So what I'm going to do is, actually, because this has a deadline, but it's not urgent, so I'm not going to come back to that tomorrow because I've got more important things to do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a due date. Now this information needs to be sent to the web developer next week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that the due date of next week. And remember what I said, that's now going to go into my calendar. So that's going to flag up the day before that this is due, so I know it needs to be done. And I can see, well, actually that's got a to-do date of due by date of the 28th of April, so that needs to be scheduled in the first half of the week. So if this was the case and it was the Monday and that was there, I would then just pop that back into this list and that can be dealt with another day. So that's my reflection of a Monday. So once I've reflected on Monday, gone over all the tasks that I need to do, and don't forget, I'm literally talking, I spend probably 5 minutes at the end of every day doing this. It's not a long process. It's only taking its time now because I'm explaining to you the processes and the reasons why I do it the way I do. So then we're going to look about tomorrow. Okay, so I've got these 3 things that are really, really important. So take payment from client E. I would have all my client details in there. So that's really, really important. So I'm going to schedule that from 10 till 12. Then I'm just going to take a couple of minutes and think, right, so what do I need to do for this task? I need to phone the client. I need to log into my payment website, gateway, whatever it is you use. I need to take the payment. And then after that, I need to send her a receipt. So this is going to take me about 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to schedule that for 30 minutes because we want like a little bit of a buffer. I want time to write in some notes. I want time to give her if she needs to quickly go over anything before she sends me the payment. So I'm going to give that half hour so I'm not leaving myself short on time. And you can see here now that that's 30 minutes. So I know I've got 2 hours between 10 and 12, and this is a 30-minute task. Okay, amazing. Right, so I know that I can get something else done in there. So I'm going to phone client A. Again, what do I need to do? How long is this going to take? Right, what do I need to speak to her about? Well, actually, all I need to do is phone her and wish her a happy birthday. So when I know she doesn't like speaking on the phone, we're realistically not going to be on the phone any longer than 5 minutes. So I'm going to book out 15 minutes for this. So an hour, half an hour, 15 minutes, an hour and 45. So I'm coming up to my 2 hours. So what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to book anything else in for tomorrow morning because I don't want to be rushed and I don't want it to go over into my lunchtime, and I want to allow for anything else that's going to come up. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to sit here now and I'm just going to look through this list and think about what else it is that I could do in this time. So I reckon I could be answering my emails. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that up there. What else could I do? Email my client and then follow up. I'm going to go in and give these blocks of time with client C. Now, actually, these work really nicely together because I'm going to be emailing this client. So while I'm actually in my emails, checking my emails, replying to people, I can email this client first. And then if she emails me back wanting my payment details, I'm sat in my email, so I'm going to get that straight away and she's not going to be hanging around waiting. Now we've created this day. So we've got a 2 hour chunk now here that I can either work on pull over smaller jobs or I can pull over a bigger job. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to give all of these a time block. As you were adding things in, you would give it a time block. So say a client F has come in and said, right, can you contact me on the last day of the month so that I can pay? And that's how you would do it. You would pop in there, take payment from client E. You would know roughly how long it takes you in your business to do each task. If you don't, then I suggest that starting from today, you keep a bit of a log. You can get apps on your phone to track your time, or just look at the time. It's 1 o'clock, right? Okay, what am I doing now? I'm answering emails. When you finished emails, look at the time. What's the time? That's how long it takes you to check your emails, and just make a note of it in your list. So you wouldn't actually be sitting and going through all of this. You would be, because it would already be done every single day. And I'm going to put the due date in there because she asked me to contact her on the last day of the month, which is there. Perfect. And there we go. It's there. You don't really have to think about it anymore. So I've got 2 hours this afternoon. What am I going to work on? What out of this list is going to bring my business forward in the shortest amount of time? So I've done all my client forms. All my clients that need sorting out, they've been sorted this morning. So it's just this afternoon. What can I do? So it would be, I could create my weekly content. That's going to take me 2 hours, or I could do 2 1-hour jobs. I could fit things in that you need to be done, but do it with that one thought. If that is the only thing I get done this afternoon, what should it be? So I'm going to pop across, create the weekly content in there. The good thing, the most wonderful thing about Trello is the amount of information you can keep in these cards. So remember I said these cards are like a post-it note. So what we're going to do is we're going to open that up. You can see what has gone on here from anyone that's done anything to this card. If you have teams, so if you have a VA, if you are a VA and you've got clients or you've got business partners that need to see things on this list and be able to change things around, you add them to the list. Again, I'm going to go into that at a later date, but you would be able to see what the people have done in here. You can also write some notes. So please use black and white color scheme, and just click save. And then that means that you've got anyone that comes in and goes to create your weekly content can see that you want the black and white color scheme used for this week. You can also put a bigger description in. So Instagram, I don't know, 7 posts. So yeah, you can have all of this. You could also, if you wanted to physically tick things off, we could add in a checklist, and we could add all of these things in singularly. So Instagram break time 7. So you can actually add those in as checklists. And then when you come out and you look at this card, you can see that you've got 6 tasks remaining, and none of them have been complete. So when you click in, you can say, oh, right, okay, yeah, I've this blog post, I've, I don't know, you can add in here, written 1 blog post. Okay, so then you know that you need to write 1 more blog post. You could, oh yeah, I've recorded the podcast episode 25, say. And you actually go through and check the items off. So you know exactly where you are and what you need to be doing as you're going through. Again, then if at the end of the day you haven't managed to get through all of that, you can pop it back over there, or you can move it on to the next day and then drop that wherever it is in your priority. Another thing that I just wanted to go over really, really quickly before I end the video is to know what to do if you have some free time. So it's really, really, really important that you don't waste time sitting there wondering what you can do if you come up with some unexpected time. So say you've got this scheduled in to take this payment from client E, you've got 30 minutes scheduled, but actually when you come to do that, you realize that she's already paid it into your bank. You've then got half an hour. The first thing we'll all do is pick up our phone and start scrolling. That's not productive. That is not a productive way to spend your day. You need to have something straight away that you can slot in there. So that's where these timelines come in. So what you would do is you would go, okay, well, I now no longer need to do that, so I can remove that. But actually, that only leaves me 45 minutes here. What can I do? What can I do in 45 minutes that's going to not take me over my 2 hours, because I don't want it to run into my lunch break, but that if I start working on it, I can kind of leave it wherever I need to do. Well, I know that I can put the create my website content in there because there are different things that I can do. So although the main content's going to take 2 hours, I know that I could do 2 pages. So I would have my checklist, and I would have the pages that I need to do. I can go, right, okay, so it's going to take me 2 hours to do those 3, but I know I can get that about me done in 45 minutes. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to use to block out this time, to make sure I'm using my time to be productive and not to fill it up with, oh, well, I'll just go and do this, and I'll just go and do that, and I might do a little bit of this. And that's when we actually don't get anything done. We need to structure our time. We need to know what we're doing. And the reason why I like to plan my next day the night before is so that you go to bed knowing what you've got to do. The wonderful thing about Trello is the ticker song come in my head then, is the app. So the app, I actually have it on my phone open to my to-do list. And then of a night time, if I'm just going to sleep, or if I might be on a client call or waiting for a client call and something will pop in my head, I can just grab my phone and write a card for that to do, and it's there. I can then forget about it, let it go out of my head, but I know I'm not going to completely forget about it because it is in my to-do list. So I really hope you've enjoyed this and got some value from it. This is going to be a weekly series. So each week I'm going to be on Trello teaching you how to be more productive, and this is going to go through all kinds of different boards, from to-do lists to onboarding clients to project management, managing tasks. I'm going to be doing a content plan. I've got an amazing collab coming up with Amy Downs from the Content Planning Wizard. And we've got a really exciting collab coming up. That's going to be on here. So if you are looking for ways to be more productive and to manage your time in your business, then you need to click subscribe and sign up to my email list to make sure that you do not miss out on any of my content. So guys, I'm Michelle Mills from She Makes Biz Talk. I'm a business coach and mentor, and I help female entrepreneurs to really be productive in their business. And I would love for you to connect with me on social media at She Makes Biz Talk. Until next week, I will speak to you soon.